with you. You're such a beautiful young, you're so powerful. So powerful.
Boy motivation.
Who's gonna carry the mother boats? You weak.
If you think that's how it should be, then I think we should talk for a bit. I was watching Newell of Knowledge's video on the dangerous rise of serious young men, and it made me think about how it seems that a lot of people are sourcing the fuel that they need to keep pushing on from a lot of very dark places. Maybe pain, maybe it's inadequacy, maybe it's fear. And while I don't argue that it won't get the job done, because it will, because I was there at some point and that's what I used, I don't think that it should be that way. Because let's imagine that scenario for a little bit. Imagine waking up every day thinking of that one teacher that said you'll never amount to anything, or that group of people that laughed or sneered at you, or your own tyrant self hanging over your head telling you about how you're not good enough to do this, and you're using that to push yourself through. How long do you want to live like that? How long can you live like that? I try to go by the philosophy of, if I can't do it till I pass on, then I'm not gonna do it for a day. And it has served me pretty well in my life so far, so I started to apply it to pretty much everything that I could, including this. Look, we all have our reasons for what we do. Some do it because they hate the way that they're living. Some do it out of desire for what they see that others have. I started because I didn't want things to stay the way they were. Something had to change, and quickly, since everything is crumbling all around me in pretty much real time. So when I started, it was a lot of panic, a lot of overthinking, trying to figure out every step of the way before I had the experience or the knowledge to make a call like that. And I feel it's the same story for many people walking down this same road, or just happen to be watching this video. We feel we don't have enough time, or we're not good enough at it, or it won't work, or whatever else it may be. Even though we may have not tried yet, and even when we get past those, we whip our own selves by fear or insecurity to keep ourselves pushing forward and getting the job for the day done. But you know what? That's just miserable. Now, I'm not asking you to be complacent and just admit yourself to your surroundings. That's just paramount to giving up, and it doesn't help the situation. What I am asking you is to approach it with a little bit of acceptance of the circumstances of yourself. No one knows how much time they have, and no one knows what tomorrow holds for us. I've had days where a single client or a single day changed pretty much everything for me. So instead of grinding yourself into the ground, trying to obsessively force yourself into a corner to finish whatever you had set up for the day on your to-do list, just accept it with a calm realization that if you keep putting one step after another, one foot after another, then success will eventually bear its fruits, and we'll both be able to breathe just a little bit easier. But as always, let's put a more practical touch to this soldier instead of giving you a glorified speech about it. Because I was too serious for way too long of a time. It's time to be a bit goofy now. Something that helped me get into a more sustainable mode of thinking was cutting out the first hour or two of the day for just exercise. Taking a long walk, then coming back to some strength training or for some aerobic exercise with a jump rope. And some buffer time to strategize and think about what I wanted to do for the day. The exercise helped release the tension in my body and get me to a more level state and a significantly better mood. And the thinking time just helped me get my thoughts in order and think about what's the most important thing for the day that I need to get done. The second, and a bit more goal-oriented, was thinking about what I wanted to do for the year, then just breaking that down deeper and deeper into smaller and smaller chunks. So instead of thinking what I wanted to do for the year, then it would be about what I needed to do quarterly, then monthly, then weekly. The idea is, if you follow what you're saying, then it should be that by the end of the year, it would be unreasonable that you wouldn't have hit your goal. But of course, I'll give you a live example of that. For my own self, I want to get this channel to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And because today is the 16th of June, that means I have about 5.5 months-ish. The highest possible output I can do while still preserving quality to a pretty good standard standard is about 3 videos a week. Keeping that to the end of the year, that's about 72 videos for the entire year. And so on a daily level, that means every day I think of an idea and write the script for it, and then the day after I shoot, record, and edit it. But so while it isn't guaranteed, of course, it gives me a very high probability that I will reach 1,000, and if not, I'll at least cross 100. But that'd be a pretty big miss. Mind helping me out? And you can apply this concept to everything. Say that you want to lose 20 pounds for the year. Then you can just break it down on what calorie deficit that you need to have by the day and make a system around that so you can consistently keep it. Just remember, so long as you're outputting your very best, and that is the success. So if you're trying to decide on what you might want to do, then watch this. Maybe you have a product idea and you're looking for the platform to launch it on, then watch that. I have some goodies for you in the description, of course, as always, and bye.